Hello, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I hope that you're doing great. And welcome to today's live session on, writing my daily blog post. Before getting started, if you're new here, there is a free course in a description that will show you my profitable blogging system. And yeah, feel free to check it out at any time. So, just to give you some context, where are we right now? Um, I am writing a daily article on Substack. So that's the challenge for this month. And right now we are on day 9. So as you can see, published a daily article since the 1st of April. And we're simply going to continue with that today. So the workflow is pretty simple. So number one, let me just get rid of all that crap right here. Number one is that I'm going to draft an article. So the article for tomorrow. And then we're going to proofread the article that we wrote yesterday, which is the article that is going to go out today. So let me also open my Substack. Note right here, so it's kind of an internal note. So today we're going to edit this one. This is going to be the second part of the live stream. And we are going to draft this article right here, which is how to build an audience as a writer without needing to. Yeah, this is good. Cool. So that's the article that we are going to draft. So, yeah. In terms of the process is pretty simple. So I already have the headline, already have the idea that I'm going to talk about. We might probably going to change the final title a bit later on. And what I'm going to work on right now is basically on the outline. So kind of finding a few ideas to actually achieve the big promise in the headline. Yeah, writing it with AI, and I think we're going to use Claude today to to change things a bit. I have this custom project right here, which is basically trained on my past writing examples with a specific prompt. And yeah, we're going to use this today. So let's just get started with the stopwatch, and let's just track the time. Oh, damn, I forgot to actually stop that yesterday. I think I stopped it on 11. Ooh. Let's just get started right here. So, there was an article that I wanted to pass, which was this one, I think. Um, how to put the monsters of writer with multiple biographies. So if I want to add a little bit more depth to that article, I'm going to spend a little bit more time right here on the outline. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm simply kind of revisiting um, past article that I've written and that performed well. So if let's say you go back, okay, so this is going to screw up some. This is going to screw up my timer right here because I'm explaining things. So I'm simply going to stop this right here, just to kind of give you some context, because the goal is also to make some kind of educational thing right here. It's not just So if I go back to my Substack, right? So as it's me explaining things, if I go back to my Substack, there are some kind of popular articles. One of them is how I make money with simple blog posts, right? So this one right here, without going viral. So I know that this is an idea people care about, and that was basically kind of the outline, right? So it's like my outline was blog articles are a public body of work. They require you to build an audience of engaged readers. There are to be platforms to do with blog posts. So this is an article that performed well, right? There is another article on Medium that performed well too. I would need to actually. Mm, this is how to build a $5,010 a month content empire. That's the article. So let me just search for that right here. That's it, right? So this was kind of my outline. Okay. So let me just restart the timer again. So what I'm going to try to do right here is simply identify the different ideas that I used. And I think the focus on a problem is an important one. That's an important step. Then I just want to put myself into the shoes. Okay, like I want to build an audience, but I don't want to kind of go viral. And you'll probably get your highest paying clients with content that is not viral. Example. Um, as an example, I have a YouTube video on YouTube about that was watched almost 150,000 times, but it didn't bring in a single client. On the flip side, I have articles with 600 reads on Medium who bought in people who spend, thousands of dollars on my courses. So I'm going to lead with this one because it's a bit kind of more counterintuitive. So then focus on a problem. Okay, so the next idea is like if you so you're not in the eyeballs business. So when you have a small audience, you need to stop thinking about selling ads or selling cheap subscriptions. You need to understand how to craft offers uh, that are, number one, uh, high paying, and number two, that you can release more frequently. So as an example, what I do is that I'm launching courses every month, right? For that, I can simply reuse what I had right here in the welcome sequence, right? Create an offer, sell with automated emails. You only have one opportunity to make a great first impression. So that's where your welcome sequence jumps in. So you simply, this sequence needs to position you as a leader and someone who actually understands exactly the pain points of your audience. So I'm emailing daily, but you don't need to do this. Like you can start with 2 or 3 times per week, and every time you're sending something, you need to have something to offer. And people are going to pick you up on the offers when it's actually when the time is right for them. So as you can see, it's really kind of a raw first draft. So it's like just raw ideas. So I really just want to make sure that like each point I deliver in this outline is actually hitting the nail on its head. So I want to build an audience as a writer, but I don't need to go viral. Okay, so we're going to use this section right here. I can just reuse what I have right here. Like AI is going just to remix that. I'm fine with that. It's basically kind of the same idea. Okay, I think we're good to go. So let me just take a look at the outline from a high level point of view. Um, so you probably, so Number one, you need to focus on a problem. You need to publish your work where you can get eyeballs. You need to pick the right business model. Yeah. This is good. This delivers on the headline and this adds value. So I'm simply going to take this and we're going to use Claude today. So article title, it's like how to build an audience or how I build an audience, right? Yeah, something like this. Outline equals boom. It should write it section by section. I hope it's going to follow mine. Claude is always full of errors. Okay, so that's not true because I actually had one viral. Okay, let me just. Okay, so I like the introduction. The only problem is like I had a few articles go viral, but these articles didn't really bring in high paying clients. So tweak the intro accordingly to reflect that reality. Okay, so as you can see, it kind of blended the first section with the introduction. So let's just see where this goes. I think that we will need to delete that. Yeah, as I mentioned, I have okay, garbage. Let's just take this. I can't get rid of all that crap right now, so let's just close. I can use this. Um, okay, we're going to get rid of that first section simply because it simply used that same info in the intro. Sure about that example, don't like it obviously. The keys to edges. As you can see, it's a little bit long-winded, right? So focus on the problem. Blah blah blah. Cool. Nobody cared. You need to understand. Okay, so now here I have to tweak things because it doesn't really reflect exactly what I want to say. So they have great ideas, but literally get 0 views on it. They post in a vacuum, and wonder why nobody's reading their stuff. It's like putting gas into an engine, into a broken engine. So you need to post your to publish where people are already hanging out. So if you're a long form writer like myself, you have 3 choices. But it's not just about the platforms, it's also understanding the unwritten rules of the platforms that you are going to post your articles on. As you can see, it's very wordy, right? So as an example, if you want to publish on your own blog, you need to understand the SEO game. If you're writing on platforms like Medium or Substack, you need to understand that these articles are inherently different of SEO articles. It doesn't really matter which platform you pick as long as you understand these 2 rules. Okay, next. As you see, like AI is really kind of it's a first draft, right? It's not like up. Um, because these are basically peanuts multiplied by the numbers of eyeballs that you get. Craft your own offers, right? I have a mentoring program that I charge $1,500 a month for. Only a tiny minority takes me up on this. And that's fine. What I also do is I launch low ticket courses every month. So these courses somewhere sell between $200 and $400. I could practically use the same info that I put into my courses and hide it behind an $8 Substack subscription wall. But you know what? It just doesn't make sense. Like none of these. be more creative. Okay, mine was just better. So reach on platforms. Okay, so basically what I want to say is that the reach on platforms is unpredictable, so it goes down. Like historically, it has always been like that. Is that reach is going down. Uh, so come up with an analogy or metaphor or something that is not absurd, but people can easily grasp. I've been making a full-time income on the internet since 2014, and it has always been like that. Best insurance policy. Okay, it's just I think that's the last section. No, we still have a few things. Like, do you see the repetition? I just have the feeling that um, ChatGPT is better at this right here. So rewrite this section. Instructions. So not sure if this is actually better, but I'm even in daily. I think like most people, 95% of people won't buy. I like the extremist. Like you don't need to be an extremist. The last piece of the okay, done. Just write the conclusion and see. Okay, done. 34 minutes. Yeah, this is what I thought. Like this one took me way longer than expected. There was a lot of rewriting right here, right? So cool. Um, No, we still need the introduction. No, we have the introduction. Okay, so it's good. So we're done with that. If you have any question in the chat, let me know. Else, I'm going to continue with editing the article that we wrote yesterday. And it's supposed to go out today. So, which is this one. I'm not sure about the headline though. We had a. Let me just go to the list. I need to start a timer for editing. This is not bad. This is not bad. Um, Not sure if I'm overthinking this right here, but the headline deserves some thoughts, right? So yeah, simple is like how to write personal content with AI. How I write personal content with AI. Yeah, it's a bit bland, but oh, first one out. after writing close to million words with it. Um, the intro is long. Oh, I mean, those are like kind of these crappy days where everything just takes longer than expected. I don't like this intro. Honestly, I don't like it. There are two types of writers. Hey, what about removing that crap? Is this intro better? Like, what do you think? Like, if you are on the live and you are logged in, and I think you need to subscribe to the channel to be able to comment, but is this better? And someone just going to stop overthink that crap. So most people use AI to brainstorm ideas. This is stupid and terrible simply because all the ideas that you're going to get out of AI are generic ideas everyone else is using. So what I do is like I start with my own ideas and I start with my own outlines. I also give it my specific context, my specific stories, my specific ways of thinking about it. You can then reuse these samples in each one of your conversations, or simply craft a prompt out of it. Okay, good to go. Let's just put this into Grammarly. Yeah, today was one of these shitty days where, you know, Okay. That's it. So let's just come on. Did I create the thumbnail for this? You see, like Substack, like it has this kind of stupid flaws where you can just. I forgot to change the subtitles. AI is not a replacement. Okay. Okay, we are done. We are done. So 20 minutes. Horrible. Today everything took more time than expected, but that's just kind of part of the process. So cool. Thank you very much for tuning in. Um, as always, if you want to get your hands on my profitable blogging system, there is a link in the description. You can grab it. And else, I'll talk to you tomorrow because I'm streaming every day during that challenge, so that you can see exactly how I'm doing things. And yeah, wish you a great day, great evening.